Ready? Yeah. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Jeff here once again, Entrepreneur Essentials, and I have my friend Crystal Gultz with me, and she is going to tell us all about their cool business that she started with her and her brother-in-law.
Correct.
George Floorman.
Yes.
So we'll learn a little bit about her business and her entrepreneurial journey, which is very interesting and very cool. As always, right down below me is our subscription button. Make sure that you hit that button, because if you don't have that, you're not going to know when these really cool people that I interview are going to come out. You will get, with that subscription button, you'll actually get these really cool interviews coming to you in your email box every single week. Once again, the whole idea of Entrepreneur Essentials is to interview people who have gone out, taken the risks, started businesses, and are out there making it every day. And sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes they're very successful at what they're doing, but overall it's about the journey. It's about why we do what we do. So with that, Crystal, tell me a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey.
Well, it's a really windy one, but I first, I guess I'll start after I graduated. I took a number of odd jobs. First I was in mortgage processing, and then I was a legal assistant, and then back in the day the market was not great, and got laid off from that, and then I decided, now's as good a time as any to have some kids. And so I did the stay-at-home mom thing for many years, and that was really hard. That wasn't enough for me. Like, I needed something more, and I found myself just feeling kind of like, down in the dumps. And luckily I ran into, through the preschool my kids went to, I met a friend who had a nonprofit, and so she brought me on board and introduced me to the world of fundraising.
Cool.
And so I became a volunteer with fundraising on the fundraising committee, and then I eventually joined their board of directors, and then I eventually became the development director. And it was grueling, but
you always are asking for money. There's never an end.
That's true. That's very true. But there's just something about like the nonprofit world. It's just now that I've done both, it's just so tough. It's a lot tougher than the business I'm doing right now. But it prepared me for what I'm doing right now, because at some point, I had to put on a lot of hats, because the president of the nonprofit, she took a leave. She was on maternity leave, and so that left me to do.
So you were it.
Yeah, exactly. So that left me to do a lot of the day-to-day things, which was like running a business.
Yep.
It was very much a startup.
That's what people don't understand about nonprofits. It's like, okay, it's a business. You just don't try and make a profit in it, but it's a business. And you can't run in the negative all the time. You have to balance budgets and. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful for my time there. But it was just being in the nonprofit sector, I was having to do a lot of evening events and going downtown, and so it just, with two smaller kids, it just wasn't feasible, and so I had to walk away from that role, and I kind of took some time off to again focus on my kids and doing the mom thing for about a year, and last summer, enter my brother-in-law, who he lives here in town, or in South Austin. He had been looking for a job, but he didn't really want a job. It's just not who he is. He likes to be his own boss, and so he had been bugging my husband to start something, and it was like, let's start he was just bugging him constantly, and like, let's start a business, let's start a business. Like, okay, well, what can we do?
Bring an idea to me, buddy.
Yeah, and we were just like, what about a moving company? No. Junk removal? No. And he, George, just kind of threw out there, like, well, what if we do carpet cleaning and have an eco-friendly aspect to it? And so, I think we were just having lunch or something at a restaurant, and it was just kind of like, yeah,
Ding.
okay, yeah, that's exactly what it felt like, just like a aha moment. And it was like, okay, let's, sure, why not? Yeah, we could do that. And so then my husband just kind of holed himself up in his office and did his due diligence and just researched equipment that we would need and the chemicals and setting up the LLC, and he put together the whole thing probably about a week and a half, like, because that's just how he operates. And then he stepped back and was like, okay,
It's like business in the box. Here you go.
Pretty much, yeah, because that's just his forte. That's his thing. We all kind of, and he's a part owner of the company too.
Yeah.
But he's just not running the day-to-day like
he's
we
more
are.
of the strategic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we all kind of have our thing. He's kind of like the oversight and filing our taxes and all those things that I don't want to be doing. And I'm the, marketing, networking, customer service. And then George is the service provider. And so the three of us come together and we make up Fresh Floors and More.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what y'all do. I know, you said eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Floor cleaning. So talk a little bit about that.
So we, what makes us eco-friendly is we've invested in heavy duty machinery that's just more efficient. So that way we don't have to rely on the use of heavy chemicals to clean the carpets.
Okay.
And we also have invested in better quality natural citrus-based pre-spray that we use. And also eco-friendly protectant spray.
Okay.
So we're not going to have like any harsh chemicals. And there's, a spectrum, because even, the protectant spray will have a few chemicals in it, but nothing harsh. But if you are absolutely not wanting anything, we could also just clean with water and heat.
Okay.
So there's
you've invested in equipment that could get away with doing that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And so we're happy to provide, what the customer prefers along that spectrum. But we're not going to work with those harsh chemicals because it's not good for our customers, and it's also not good for us either.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and you're exposed to it more than anybody else would be.
Right. That's exactly it. So
okay.
So yeah, that's
well, cool. So what's new in your world? What else, or what are y'all doing?
Well, we are growing our commercial customer base.
Awesome.
Business by business. So tomorrow we're going to go clean at Palmer Eye Care, which
Very
we're
cool.
really excited about. And just yesterday, we cleaned at another business office and got an email this morning, from another happy customer saying that they want a quote for quarterly cleaning. And
that's awesome.
So little by little, we're building that commercial
your world.
base.
Yeah. I mean, that's the consistency. Because we in the commercial spaces, we're constantly dirtying our carpets and floors and everything
Absolutely.
else.
Yeah, and it's such a vibrant business community out here in Cedar Park. I mean, there's tons of business to be had. Like
Absolutely.
It's been really good to us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. All right, fast 5 questions now.
Oh gosh.
All right. First question. You wake up in the morning, business is totally gone. You have $500 in your pocket, laptop, computer. You have a place to live and clothing. What do you do first?
Even though I already have clothing, I would probably treat myself to a day of shopping at the Domain, just out of sheer panic of being down to my last 500. and
then start again.
Yes, and then being backed up against the wall, like I think it would force me to think of my next step, because I do really well in those high pressure situations.
So you're a pressure player.
Yeah.
All right, love it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. What's your biggest entrepreneurial mistake you've made?
Oh my gosh. Probably thinking that everything has to be perfectly the way I want it
Mhm.
from the get-go.
Yeah.
And having that bar that's like here, which is impossible.
Mhm.
And that's just setting yourself
Let
up for...
let me introduce you to the entrepreneurial concept of jumping off the cliff and building the airplane as you go.
Right. Yeah. And you know,
It's never going to be
it's never,
perfect.
yeah.
You can't. It's unattainable.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes good is good,
Right. And
Yeah.
that's something that I've really...
or good enough is good.
Yeah. And that's something that in the beginning I just like really have struggled with. And also, you know, I've also learned to like forgive myself for those
Mhm.
mistakes that everybody makes. But like I would just beat myself up.
Yeah.
Like,
This is all new. You know,
Yeah.
There's no training to be an entrepreneur. That's the problem. They have these entrepreneurial classes, and there's no training until you actually get out there, until you're actually having to write the checks.
yeah, that's so true. But just, you know,
Yeah.
not freaking out at
Yeah.
every little tiny thing, because it just, no, like
Yeah.
you'll drive yourself crazy.
Yes, you will.
So,
Yeah, it's way too easy. What's a good book that you would recommend?
The Art of Tidying Up, I believe that's the name of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I haven't, full disclosure, I haven't like read the full thing from front to back, but I did like skim over it and read the highlights, and like it really has like stayed with me. Like,
Okay.
you know, even just, she talks about caring for your things, like folding your shirts and, you know, taking care of them, and it just creates like an energy like in your space that is conducive to being productive and focusing. And so that's
So
something
you can use it in your personal and professional life, because
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of what you do. So.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
how you do one thing is how you do everything,
Yeah.
I think. And so if I'm, you know, tidying up my home, I think that will translate over into my business.
It reminds me of Admiral McRaven's speech that he gave to the UT graduates. He talked about making your bed.
Right,
That is
okay.
the absolute,
Yeah.
you know, that's why we teach you to do that in the military, is getting up and making your bed. You've at least done one thing for the day.
And absolutely, and it sets the stage for
It
how
sets
you're going
the
to
stage.
conduct yourself.
You've accomplished one thing already right out of the gate. As soon
Yeah.
as you got out of bed, you've accomplished something right out of the gate.
And it just like gets you in the zone,
Mhm.
you know, to
Yep.
attack your day. And
I love it.
So,
That's a cool
yeah.
one. I've never heard that one, so that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
yeah.
What's a tool that you use in your business every day?
Oh gosh, I can't live without my iPhone, and more specifically on my iPhone, we have a software program, a scheduling software program
Oh, cool. Okay.
called House Call Pro that just houses all our data. It's a CRM, and it also keeps track of our schedule, and it helps us. I can just go on there and schedule a cleaning and tag George, and it goes straight to him.
Nice.
And so, yeah, it's great. It's so automated and easy, and our business is based off of House Call
Sure.
Pro. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's huge. And once again, very specific to you, but
Yeah.
it's awesome. Do you think it's something that could be used by other businesses that
Yeah.
need,
Yeah.
kind of that scheduling thing? Or
It doesn't, yeah, because it doesn't have to be like, you know, specifically like carpet cleaning. It
Yeah.
could be like, you know, other types of cleaning, or like appliance repair, or
yeah, anything where there has to be like an appointment scheduled with.
Exactly, yeah. So again,
That's cool.
other service-related business could use it.
Awesome. Well, how do they get a hold of you?
That's easy. You can give us a call at 512-734-8333 to schedule an appointment, or just ask for Crystal, and I'll give you the info that you need. Or you can shoot me an email at crystal@freshfloorsandmore.com, or find us on Facebook.
Awesome. And all that information is going to be in the show notes page right down below us, right here. And I highly, highly recommend that they come in and clean your stuff. They are amazing. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. So highly recommend them to you. If you need them, if you need your floors clean, these are the people to do it for you. And I wouldn't recommend anybody else. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you for
I
having
appreciate
me. Thank you so
coming
much.
in.
Yeah.
Folks, once again, subscription button right down below us. If you don't subscribe, you're not going to get to meet these really cool people. So, thanks, and we will see you guys here next week.
Bye.